Hi, my name is Barry Doyle. I'm a nursing home abuse and neglect lawyer in Skokie, Illinois. I'm also the author of Built to Fail, a free report which describes how the nursing home business model ultimately produces unnecessary injuries and deaths for nursing home residents. I'm here today to talk about a citation that the Illinois Department of Public Health issued to Southpoint Nursing and Rehabilitation Center in Chicago after a resident there didn't receive pain medication that had been ordered for him. Now, many nursing home residents actually enter a nursing home from a hospital. And when there is a transfer from a hospital, typically there are medication orders that follow the resident. In this case, the resident had been admitted to the nursing home after suffering a series of gunshot wounds that left him with a broken jaw and in need of getting tube feedings. Part of the transfer orders were for him to get a high dosage of Tylenol, for him to get the tube feedings done, but there was also an order for receiving oxycodone as needed. Now, in the ordinary course of things, what would happen is that those medication orders would be transcribed onto the medication administration record, and the resident would receive those medications. Now, oxycodone being opiate pain reliever is one that requires a special signature from the ordering physician, and apparently the paperwork that came from the hospital didn't have that. And what would customarily happen is that the nursing home would try to resolve this in one of two ways. They would either reach back to the hospital and get an appropriate signature for the medication, or the attending physician would sign off on the order that had been issued by the hospital. But in any event, those medications would be available for the resident. Now, given the nature of the injuries that this particular resident suffered, it's not surprising that he had significant amounts of pain, not just from the broken jaw, but the gunshot wounds that he had suffered as well. And what this resident reported to the state surveyor who was at the facility was that he wasn't receiving his tube feedings on a regular basis. He was very rarely receiving the high dosage of Tylenol that was intended as a pain relief measure, and that he had never received the oxycodone at all, and that he was consistently reporting pain levels of 7 out of 10 or greater throughout the admission. And ultimately, it turned out that the reason that there was no oxycodone available for this resident was the absence of the signature, which the nursing staff ultimately failed to resolve. Continuity of care is important when you have a resident moving from a hospital to a long-term care setting like a nursing home. And the reason for that is that you want to make sure that care items aren't dropped along the way. And when this happens, this kind of medication error really can turn out to be fatal. Instead, for this resident, it caused him to end up experiencing really significant pain for a 3.5-week period. And the fact of the matter is that when you ask most nurses in a nursing home whether or not it's a form of abuse to have residents suffer pain unnecessarily, most of them will agree with you. And unfortunately, I mean, that's just what happened to this gentleman. Because of the medication error, he didn't receive the medication that was needed to address some really significant legitimate pain issues that he had. So that was the basis of the citation that the Department of Public Health issued to Southpoint. And it's the kind of medication error that really should have never occurred. So I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. If there's any information I can provide regarding this or provide assistance to you or a family member, please feel free to reach out to us on our website, www.accidentlawillinois.com, or simply call us at area code 312-263-1080. Thanks for watching.